Remember how we were always taught that Chinese cars are cheap? Like, growing up, the joke was always that if you bought a car from China, the door handle would fall off in your hand, the engine was made of recycled tin cans, and it would struggle to hit 60 miles per hour downhill with a tailwind. We laughed at them. We said, yeah, stick to making toys, leave the cars to Detroit and Germany. Well, nobody is laughing anymore. In fact, if you are a fan of American muscle or European engineering, you should be terrified. I am standing next to a vehicle that has officially broken my brain. Seriously, I need you to forget everything you know about SUVs. Forget the Range Rover, forget the BMW X7, and honestly, you might want to forget the Tesla Model X too. This is the Zeekr 9X. It is a six-seater behemoth that has nearly 1,400 horsepower. Yes, you heard me, 1,400. It does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. It has a pure electric range that beats most actual EVs, and it costs about the same as a Chevy Tahoe. I am not joking. This is the moment where I tell you that the United States car market is getting absolutely cooked, and I am low-key jealous about it. Let's just rip the band-aid off. This thing is a monster. It's over 17 feet long. It looks like a Rolls-Royce Cullinan from 2050, and it has a feature list that reads like a letter to Santa from a billionaire. Zeekr has been making waves for a while, but with the 9X, they didn't just make a splash, they drained the entire pool. This is their first super hybrid, and it solves the #1 problem with EVs, range anxiety. But it doesn't do it in a boring Prius way. It does it in a I have more horsepower than a Bugatti Veyron way. Let's get into it before my head explodes. Starting with the front, the 9X doesn't have a face, it has a presence. This is the Stargate light curtain design, and it is huge. We are talking about a 90-inch wide digital canvas that can talk to pedestrians, display animations, or just look terrifyingly cool in the rearview mirror of the guy you're about to pass. The headlights aren't just lights, they are matrix projection units hidden in the black trim, invisible until they turn on. And look at the hood. It's clamshell, seamless, and massive. But the wildest thing is what's above the windshield. That little bump is the next-gen LiDAR. It's watching everything. It sees 600 meters down the road. It sees through fog. It probably sees your credit score. The front bumper has active shutters that open when the massive cooling system needs air for the engine and battery, but otherwise it stays shut for aero. It looks clean, monolithic, and expensive. If you saw this pulling up to a valet stand in Miami, you'd assume it's a $200,000 import. Moving to the side, and bro, look at the size of this thing. It is 5.2 meters long. That is longer than a Range Rover. It sits on massive 22-inch forged wheels that look like turbine blades. The stance is incredible. It's planted, wide, and aggressive. But the details are where it gets freaky. The windows are flush-mounted, the pillars are blacked out to give it that floating roof vibe, and the charging port is on the rear fender. But wait, there's a gas flap too. Why? Because this is a PHEV, but not a normal one. We'll get to that. Just look at the body sculpting. It's smooth, like a river stone. No sharp, angry creases, just pure, heavy luxury. It makes a Cadillac Escalade look like a brick wall. And the mirrors? Frameless, heated, auto-dimming, and sexy. Around the back, Zeekr went full cyberpunk warlord. The tail light is a single razor-thin line of laser light that cuts across the entire width. It's mesmerizing. The Zeekr logo lights up in the middle just in case you forgot who's humiliating the competition. The rear wiper is hidden under the spoiler because apparently seeing a wiper blade is for poor people. The lower bumper has a massive diffuser, but again, hidden exhaust tips. They want you to think it's an EV, even when the engine is running. It's stealth wealth at its finest. Now, pop the hood, or rather, let's talk about what's under the skin. This is the C Super Hybrid system. It pairs a 2.0-liter turbo engine with 3 electric motors. The total output? 1,381 horsepower. Bro, that is illegal. That is go-to-jail speeds. It launches this 3-ton tank from 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. Your head will hit the headrest before your brain realizes the car has moved. But here is the part that actually shocked me. It has a massive battery pack that gives it a pure electric range of over 230 miles. Do you understand what I'm saying? A Toyota RAV4 Prime gives you maybe 40 miles. This gives you 230. You could drive this as an EV every single day and never burn a drop of gas. But if you want a road trip, the gas engine kicks in, charges the battery, and gives you a total range of over 800 miles. It charges at 800 volt speeds too, 10% to 80% in 11 minutes. This is the end-game powertrain. It has the speed of a Plaid, the range of a diesel, and the convenience of a gas station. Why don't we have this? Safety? It's basically a panic room on wheels. The Zeekr 9X is built with a gigacast rear body, one solid piece of aluminum. It has more high-strength steel than a submarine. If a semi-truck hits you, the semi-truck is probably going to apologize. The ADAS system uses that LiDAR plus 12 cameras and 5 radars to give you level 2++ autonomy. It handles highway merging, city traffic, and can even navigate parking garages by itself. It's watching for cross traffic, pedestrians, bicyclists, and debris. It feels like the car cares about your life more than you do. Okay, open the automatic doors and step inside. And oh my god, this isn't a car interior, this is a private jet. The first thing you notice is the smell. Real Napa leather everywhere. The dashboard is dominated by a 17-inch OLED 3.5K screen that floats in the center, plus a 36-inch augmented reality HUD that projects navigation onto the road. The chip powering this is the Snapdragon 8295, so it's faster than your iPad. But the real show is the audio. It's a NIME system. If you know audio, you know NIME is usually found in Bentleys. It has 28 speakers, including speakers in the headrest, and produces 3,000 watts of sound. It doesn't just play music, it reconstructs it. I listened to a track and I heard instruments I didn't know existed. The ambient lighting is active, pulsing with the beat or shifting colors based on the temperature. The seats, they call them cloud lounge seats. The front passenger seat can fold flat and tuck under the dashboard, allowing the rear passenger to fully recline. Yes, the rear seat behind the passenger is a boss button seat. It has an ottoman, a heated footrest, and reclines to 135 degrees. You can get a hot stone massage while going 100 miles per hour. The second row is where it gets goofy. In the 6-seater version, the middle seats have their own screens in the armrests to control climate, blinds, and, get this, the fridge. There is a dual-layer fridge that can fit champagne bottles or ice cream. And the tray tables, they are solid aluminum, hidden in the center console, and they pop out with a damped hydraulic feel that screams quality. Storage is ridiculous. The center console floats, so there's a massive cubby underneath for your bag. The glove box is digital. You open it with a password if you want. The door pockets are lined with velvet. There's a hidden compartment in the trunk floor for charging cables or valuables. It's practical, but in a way of I have a maid kind of way. Let's talk entertainment. The ceiling is Alcantara, but drop your eyes to the rear entertainment. There's a massive 17-inch screen that folds down from the roof for the rear passengers. You can hook up a PS5. You can stream Netflix. The car has 5G built in. You could literally run a business from the back seat of this thing. Now size. It's a 3-row SUV, and unlike most 3-row SUVs where the back seat is for legless hobbits, actual humans can fit in the 3rd row of the 9X. I'm 6 feet tall, and I sat in the 3rd row. My knees were not touching my chin. There are USB-C ports, air vents, and even cup holders back there. With the 3rd row up, you can fit a couple of carry-ons. Fold it down, and you have a cargo hold that could swallow a washing machine. It's legitimately a family hauler, just one that does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Okay, I know what you're waiting for, the price. In China, this spaceship, the Zeekr 9X with the 1400 horsepower and the NIME system, starts at around 470,000 RMB. That converts to roughly 65,000 US dollars. The top spec Guang Light Edition with every single option box ticked is about $80,000. $80,000! For that price, you can buy a base model BMW X5 with vinyl seats and no options. Or you can buy this, which has more power than a Ferrari LaFerrari and more luxury than a Bentley Bentayga. It is actually offensive. If Zeekr brought this to the US for $80,000, the waiting list would be 5 years long. Cadillac would have to hold an emergency meeting. This is a lot of car for the money, like an uncomfortable amount of car. So here is the question that haunts me. Would you buy this? If you had $80,000, would you play it safe with a German SUV, or would you buy the Chinese super hybrid that scares supercars and has a fridge for your ice cream? Let me know in the comments, is this the new king of SUVs or is it just too much tech? Smash that like button if you want me to ship one of these to the States, subscribe to Wheel Factor for more cars that make America look slow, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.